Hello, hello, hello. And a happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you all well. Hope you all had a good week and a good weekend. And that you're just easing through this week of weeks. Yesterday was Blue Monday. I think popular legend has it. It's the most popular day of the year for booking travel. I don't know if any of you were getting that itch. 3 weeks back and the new year is well and truly in the past. Chris here with you for the next 2 hours or so as we fly through our 6 round table fish quiz. So we've got general knowledge, geographically speaking, sports and games. Our picture round today will be famous bands and musical groups. We ask you to name them. Famous families. We'll give you combinations of first names typically and ask you to come up with a surname. And alphabet soup, of course, general knowledge, a little alphabetical hint in between. We'll have Pixelated. It says on the screen there it's a TV show. It's not, it's a movie still. And of course at the end we'll have Table Foggle. Just do some quick editing here. Tuesday Charles. We have a pretty big scoreboard today. It's only 3 minutes past and we've got 18 teams. So we keep doing that. So competitive enough one today. You're all very welcome along. I'm guessing this is at least in part a symptom of Ireland's continued 8 p.m. curfew on entertainment, which I believe is set to be revisited next week. We'll be following that closely here at Tablefish. I think we're as keen as anybody else to get back to certain aspects of post 8 p.m. entertainment. One of which is the cinema. We went to the cinema on Saturday to see Licorice Pizza, which is pretty good. I enjoyed it. But it does feel like a weird use of your day because obviously the last showing is at 5 because you got to get out by 8. And you get home and you're like, well, all I do while I watch a movie. Well, no, I just watched one. So, but if you get a chance, do go see it. You see it. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Hello, Paul. Hello, Trish. And it's just ticked over 5 past the hour. So with that in mind, it's time we got started. So let's roll the intro slide, shall we? And we're back. Team captains, we're going to get started with round 1. General knowledge in just a second. You should now, for the first time today, be able to see your answer sheets. And without further ado, let's get to it. Question 1. A classic California sushi roll contains cucumber crab or imitation crab, and what third ingredient? I think this is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, sushi rolls ordered in Ireland. Could be wrong. It's just my intuition. If I have any major bearing on the overall statistics, then I'd say it probably is, because I order these things like crazy, all of them. A classic California sushi roll contains cucumber, crab, or imitation crab, and what third ingredient? Question 2. In what year was Wikipedia launched? Jimmy Wales and some other less famous person launched Wikipedia. It must be old, because I certainly remember the days of secondary school and not everything you read on Wikipedia is true. You know, anyone can edit that. You know, as if like paper encyclopedias were like a bastion of accuracy. What year was Wikipedia launched? Question 3. What is the first animal to be found alphabetically in the English dictionary? Surely it's it. I think this animal's over-reflected in business names as a result. Over-represented. 25 teams on the scoreboard today, so a big welcome to Lions T, Dumb and Dumber, Yoda Quizzer, Team Glenn, Tima Turner, Quarantina Turner, Cat and Jer, Team Kalala, Casadula, Brennan's Bread, Gene Without Finn, Brighter Skag, Gene with Finn, Uncivil Servants, Roberto's Glasgow Team, Fake Frost Dazzle, One Lobsters, End Dragons, Le Lockdown Fie, Matt and Eve with the best round of the quiz so far, Amazing Team Total Landscape, and Quinta Quarantino version 1.1, French 15s, the Bunnies and Rosies in Sweden. You're all very, very welcome. Particularly those of you joining us from Glasgow and Sweden. Let's go on. What is the first animal to be found alphabetically in the English dictionary? Question 4. Known for its scenes of ancient chariot racing, this stadium was the first and largest stadium in ancient Rome. Stadiums were pretty big by modern standards in ancient Rome. Of course, you weren't broadcasting live sports on TV, so I guess if you were going to see it, you were going to see it in person. A big old stadium. Known for its scenes of ancient chariot racing, this stadium was the first and largest stadium in ancient Rome. Question 5. In 2001, she became the first African American to win Best Actress at the Academy Awards, the Oscars, which must be coming up soon, right? Sometime next month? In 2001, she became the first African American to win Best Actress at the Oscars. Question 6. Which Ninja Turtle wears a red mask? Turtles were ahead of the mask trend, must be said. Fair play to them. Which Ninja Turtle wears a red mask? Question 7. Backball, diapason, palais, gamba, and sticker are all parts of what? Ciao to Eileen and the Tadmeisters playing from Parma in Italy, yeah. Absolutely, a big ciao. I hope it is lovely. I trust it is lovely in Italy right now. I was in Parma this time 2 years ago, actually. Oh, almost exactly this weekend. Anyway, backfall, diapason, palais, gamba, and sticker are all parts of what? Apologies for pronunciation, these words are all new to me. Question 8. How many heroic labors did Hercules have to perform? How many heroic labors did Hercules have to perform? And that gets us on to our first pixelated clue of the day. A dark one this week. I don't think there's any big, bright identifying shapes or colors, so I'd say it's just guessing. If you're new to Table Fish, pixelated is where we show you an image of a movie still. This is from a movie. You will absolutely, definitely know what movie this is by the time we get to the end of the quiz. Each round, I'm going to depixelate this picture. I'm going to increase the resolution slightly. So at the moment, this is 125 times less pixelated than the original. So there's 1 over 125. So take a few seconds, have a guess at it. Give it your best shot, and it's going to get easier and easier each round. Basically, that's it. So there is an image of a movie still, and it is quite heavily pixelated. And then here's your recap slide for the round. A classic California sushi roll contains cucumber, crab, and what third ingredient? In what year was Wikipedia launched? What is the first animal to be found alphabetically in the English dictionary? Known for its scenes of ancient chariot racing, this stadium was the first and largest stadium in ancient Rome. In 2001, she became the first African American to win Best Actress at the Academy Awards. Which Ninja Turtle wears a red mask? Backfall, diapason, palais, gamba, and sticker are all parts of a what? And how many heroic labors did Hercules have to perform? Team captains, you have 2 minutes. As always, it is 14 minutes past 8. You have until 16 minutes past to get those answers in. As with last week, I'm not going to tell you if you get pixelated or not. You're just going to have to listen as the answers go out and try to work out if you got points for it or not. But I won't be letting you know. So you guys are doing all right in round one, and a few people have got the movie. 2 or 3 at this stage. Just another couple of seconds, team cams. If you haven't already submitted your answers, please do hit submit. I'm collecting those answer sheets right now. Alright, let's go over the answers, shall we? A classic California sushi roll contains cucumber, crab or imitation crab, and avocado. I know teams put rice, and I know sushi rice is the ingredient. But I think I think to be fair to us, we had sort of made a decision that all sushi contains rice, and that was sort of implied in the sushi. So avocado's what we're looking for. We can't give the people who said rice the answers, but fair play to you, I guess. And what year was Wikipedia launched? It was early, but not early. Like Wikipedia is not as old as Netflix or Google or any of those really early Amazon, any of those really early internet companies. But it's definitely older than YouTube and Facebook and that sort of 2005 era of internet companies. It was launched in 2001, which was probably around the right time for it to grow to the scale it needed to be self-sustaining. The first animal to be found alphabetically in the English dictionary is the aardvark, AA, aardvark. I imagine a decent chunk of you just guessed. I mean, AA, it's gotta be, surely. Known for its scenes of ancient chariot racing, this stadium was the first and largest stadium in ancient Rome. This stadium was a hippodrome, but we did not accept hippodrome as the answer. It was a hippodrome in the same way that Croke Park is a stadium. It was the Circus Maximus specifically. Highlight to those of you who said the Colosseum. The Colosseum was taller and certainly looks larger, but because the Circus Maximus was a big long track, it had way bigger capacity for total number of people. Like the way Silverstone Formula 1 circuit holds more people than Wembley. In 2001, she became the first African American to win Best Actress at the Academy Awards. It was the wonderful Halle Berry. She played the widow in Monsters Ball. Which Ninja Turtle wears a red mask? Surprisingly, many of you who got this, I wouldn't have had a clue, so well done. It's Raphael. Backfall, diapason, pale, gamma, and sticker are all parts of a church pipe organ. Well done if you got that. That was a huge question. And it was the 12 labors of Hercules, which were all part of him becoming a hero and then a demigod. So well done if you got that. Let's have a quick look at the old scoreboard before we go on. So there's a minimum score of 4 points, of course, here on Table Fish Quiz. You can't do worse than 4. And we have, is that everybody? We have Dumb and Dumber and Team Glenn in the lead at the moment. You guys both got 8 out of possible 9. Lions T, Euro Quiz with 1 Mobster, Quinta Quarantino. You guys are all on 7s. The Tadmeisters, Fake Files, Zen Dragons on 6s. Quarantine Turner on Civil Servants, Lay Lockdown FA. Amazing Team Total Landscaping. French 15s and Rosies in Sweden on 5s. And everybody else hoping for a little bit more love in round 2, geographically speaking. Castuala, I don't know if we got an answer sheet from you, so we'll see what happens to that answer sheet. It might come up in round 2. Let's get going. Team Kansas should be able to see your answer sheets. Question 1. The Ring of Fire is a large circle of active volcanoes, very active this week, on both sides of what ocean? The Ring of Fire is a large circle of active volcanoes on both sides of what ocean? Question 2. What is the name of the major mountain range that extends from southern British Columbia through Washington and Oregon to North Carolina? North California. Jeez, it'd be amazing. Where's North Carolina? What is the name of the major mountain range that extends from southern British Columbia through Washington and Oregon to Northern California? This one's tricky, by the way. I'm just going to say that. It's only going to give you. Question 3. What country is directly north of Vietnam? country is directly north of Vietnam? I read something crazy the other day, not related to Vietnam. And that is that Korea has a very, very short border with Russia. And so if you're in Norway, you can get the whole way to North Korea while only walking through one country. Anyway, what country is directly north of Vietnam? That is not true of Vietnam. Question 4. Tegucigalpa is the capital of what Central American country? My apologies to that country. Tegucigalpa is the capital of what Central American country? Question 5. In what city would you find the Bampo Bridge Rainbow Foundation? Helps that we lived in Oregon for 2 years. Yeah, that will definitely help. I'll tell you what, that'll make it more embarrassing if we have the question wrong. Seems like a fun state, Oregon. I've never been that far northwest, but it seems like a cool place. In what city would you find the Bampo Bridge Rainbow Foundation? Question 6. The western half of New Guinea belongs to what country? So the eastern half of the island of New Guinea is Papua New Guinea, which you know well. The western half is owned by another country. That's the question. The western half of New Guinea belongs to what country? Question 7. In what country would you find the Puzzle Mansion, known for having the largest collection of jigsaw puzzles in the world? In what country would you find the Puzzle Mansion, known for having the largest collection of jigsaw puzzles in the world? And the final question round, question 8. What has the largest area? South America or Antarctica? What has the largest area? South America or Antarctica? It's pretty close between the two. Pretty close. And here is our pixelated movie, still slightly less pixelated. So you get a little bit more resolution to play with. Again, I say this every week, but one of the tricks you can use is to move away from your screen. Move, zip back there a little bit. And your human brain does this amazing thing where using limited information it pieces together the image. And it's actually a little bit clearer. You can see the woods for the trees. That is our pixelate, and here's the recap slide for the round. The Ring of Fire is a large circle of active volcanoes on both sides of what ocean? What's the name of the mountain range that extends from southern British Columbia through Washington and Oregon to northern California? What country is directly north of Vietnam? Tegucigalpa is the capital of what Central American country? In what city would you find the Bampo Bridge Rainbow Foundation? The western half of New Guinea belongs to what country? In what country would you find the Puzzle Mansion, known for having the largest collection of jigsaw puzzles in the world? And what has the largest area? South America or Antarctica? A little bit of geography there and a little bit of sort of travel and tourism. It's 8:27 even until 8:29. 2 minutes to get those answers in. Good luck. I think this round you guys found tougher. I think you found this round quite a lot tougher, so if you're finding this tough right now, you're not alone. Did Team Amazing get the blurry photo right? I am not telling teams if they did today. And there's actually sort of too many teams for me to keep track of who's got it right and who hasn't. And I'm more worried about getting it wrong and like not letting you know you got it right and giving you a false negative. We created the concept of the pixelated round and we had like 10 teams playing. So good problem to have, having a few more than that. It is interesting though, do you pick or do you switch or do you stick? As I say, there are some teams who got it. Alright, collecting answer sheets, so if you haven't already hit submit, please do hit it. Alright, let's flick over the answers to the round, shall we? The Ring of Fire is a large circle of active volcanoes located on both sides of the Pacific Ocean. Of course, that includes the massive volcano that erupted off Tonga there during the week. Huge during the weekend. Huge volcano. There's a really cool picture on the Irish Reddit of how big that volcanic eruption cloud would look over the island of Ireland, and like it was pretty huge. So hoping everyone's all right in Tonga this week. The name of the major mountain range that extends from southern British Columbia through Washington, Oregon to northern California. Now, I would have said the Rockies as well. I just would have guessed the Rockies. I figured the Rockies went down the US coast and I knew they hit Canada. But actually the Rockies are a little bit east of there. They go down through Idaho and Montana and that sort of area. The mountain range that we were looking for is the Cascades. So well done if you got that. Might have helped if you'd lived in Oregon. But directly north of Vietnam, you get China, of course. Tegucigalpa is the capital of Honduras. I don't know if you got that. And then we got a bit touristy, I think. The Bampo Bridge Rainbow Foundation is in Seoul, capital of South Korea. Well done if you got that. The western half of New Guinea, Mama New Guinea if you like, is owned by Indonesia. And we're sticking in that part of the world. You would find the Puzzle Mansion in the Philippines. And of South America and Antarctica, South America is the larger. It is close, and they are the fourth and fifth largest continents. They're both bigger than Europe and Oceania, which is the smallest continent. So well done if you got that. So that gets us on around 3 sports and games. That round was hard. You guys found that round really, really hard. So don't be disheartened if you didn't do too well. There was one person who did very well, and that was Kevin, playing on One Mobster, who didn't just do really well on the round. He also got the pixelated, so he's got a big advantage over everybody now because he knows he has it. And he knows he has it because he got our first 9-pointer this evening. So well done to you, Kev. And that puts you joint lead with Dumb and Dumber, who've got 2 8 points in a row and also had a great round in that round. But other than that, most people really finding that a tough round. So a couple of 6s went out to Frazzle Dazzle, Amazing Team Total Landscaping, the French 15s. A handful of 5s went out, but the rest were 4s. So let's move on to sports and games and try to put geographically speaking behind us. With that, you should be able to see your answer sheets. Team Camps, let's get going. Round 3, question 1. Who wrote Ireland's Call? First time ever, pure guess. I was thinking that'd be pretty sweet for the One Mobster team, because I know you have had some absolute nightmare quizzes with Pixelated before, so I thought that might be a sweet one for you. I recount this trivia every time we talk about it, but Ireland's Call, the song we use as a quasi-national anthem when we have all Ireland sports teams, like our rugby team, was written after the Irish rugby team went to the World Cup in 1987. And for political reasons didn't want to sing Aron Navian, our actual national anthem. And so sang The Rose of Tralee as our national anthem, which is a brutal song. And then there was this sort of, okay, we need a better song. So who wrote Ireland's Call? Who answered the call and wrote the call? Question 2. In the sport of squash, what do different coloured dot balls indicate? So well done to Gene Without Fin and the French 15s and One Mobster. And Amazing Team Total Landscaping. You're the only teams who did better on round 2 than you did in round 1. So well done to you guys. In the sport of squash, what do different coloured dot balls indicate? Question 3. In today's news, broke a couple hours ago, what company is buying major video game studio Activision Blizzard? It is sports and games. Activision Blizzard are the publishers of World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, and they have today been acquired for about $70 billion. By what company? Question 4. This is probably a guess for most of you. In what sport in the 1912 Olympics did a match last for nearly 12 hours? It was a semi-final between an athlete from Russia and an athlete from Finland. I can't remember their names. But give it your best guess. In what sport in the 1912 Olympics did a match last for nearly 12 hours? Question 5. What football manager has managed Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle and Everton in the Premier League? Could have made this easy for you. He's the only manager to manage both Liverpool and Everton in the Premier League era. In fact, you gotta go way back to the 19th century for the last person to do it, so probably helps a bit. What football manager has managed Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle and Everton? Question 6. Name the documentary about Russian state-sponsored doping that shares its name with a Greek mythological figure. Name the documentary about a Russian state-sponsored doping that shares its name with a Greek mythological figure. Question 7. Giant slalom involves skiing between poles. By what names are the poles known? This goes, I think this goes for all downhill skiing that involves slalom, not just giant slalom, but also super G and slalom. And I think sometimes moguls have these poles. All part of Tablefish's efforts to help you get psyched for next month's Winter Olympics in Beijing. Giant slalom involves skiing between poles. By what name are the poles known? Question 8. In Angry Birds, what animal were the birds primarily targeting? In Angry Birds, what animal is primarily targeting? And we have a slightly less pixelated version of our pixelated image. What film is this movie still from? Before I give you guys the recap slide, we are going to take a break in a moment, and just before I do that, I want to run through our usual pre-break routine. So we'll jump back to this in a second. So first things first, I wanted to throw this back up again. We threw this up last week. One second, I'll make it full screen and throw it up again this week. Still something we're experimenting with is Tablefish Shorts. So we've recorded 7 or 8 of them at this stage. These are 1 minute, literally 60-second long recaps of historical Tablefish rounds that are available on both YouTube and TikTok. So if you want to go have a look at them over on YouTube or TikTok, scan those QR codes and they'll take you over, or search for Tablefish on TikTok, or it's this YouTube channel here on YouTube, and have a little look. We're trying to use them to make use of our back catalogue of content. Basically, we have hundreds of thousands of questions at this stage, almost 10,000 questions and answers, and being able to really quickly turn them into something like this, and hopefully reach some new kind of users, or get people to playing the Tuesday quiz is the sort of objective. But otherwise, if you guys want to just use them to recap from what you missed during the week, we'll post each week's general knowledge round during the week at some stage as well. Let us know what you think, give us any feedback, we'd absolutely love that. And the second thing is, if you want to support Tablefish, as all of these awesome people did in the third quarter of last year, this is a contribution only kind of model. Whatever you guys think having a live stream quiz was worth to you, we'd love you to contribute. So just scan the QR code or go to www.table.fish/contribute. I say this every time, I don't take anything from this, but there is a team who do the tedious bits of Tablefish. They write the answers, they correct the answers, they do all the design, they send out the kind of reminder emails, all those sorts of tedious bits. And it's those people you are supporting when you support Tablefish. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. So let me throw the recap slide back up, and then let's head off for our break. So we'll take like, I don't know, 7 minutes. We'll come back for the second half of the quiz at 8:49. I'll talk to you guys all then. I just realised I didn't actually read out the recap slide, which I'm sure you don't need. But anyway, who wrote Ireland's call? In the sport of squash, what do different coloured balls indicate? In today's news, what company is buying major video game studio Activision Blizzard? And what sport did the 1912 Olympics? In the 1912 Olympics, the match lasted nearly 12 hours. What football manager has managed Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle and Everton in the Premier League? Name the documentary about Russian state-sponsored doping that shares its name with Greek mythological figure. Giant slalom involves skiing between poles, but what are the names of the poles known as? And in Angry Birds, what animal were the birds primarily targeting? Talk to me a bit. Alright, collecting those answer sheets. If you haven't already hit submit, please do hit it. Am I back? I should be back. Background, but no Chris. And I'm back. You did a little bit better than that, right? In general. But, yeah, definitely better than you did in our travel / other round. I'd say about a third of you have correctly got our pixelated. Maybe a little more like half, somewhere around there. So let's see. Who wrote Ireland's Call? It was written in 1995. Someone wrote down Johnny Logan for this as the answer, and I love Johnny Logan as an answer. It's not right, but it's along the right lines because it was another sort of famous Eurovision songwriter. It was Phil Coulter, who I think is from Northern Ireland, who wrote it. Other good guesses there: Chris de Burgh and Bono. More than one team said Chris de Burgh, so another popular guess. And actually, more than one team said Bono too, so he's also a popular guess. In the sport of squash, man, if Bono had written Ireland's Call is not particularly well loved by Irish people. It's really loved by other sports fans, and I guess, I don't know, I talk to lots of rugby fans because I like rugby, and they all think Ireland's Call is the best thing in the world because it's got a key change in it, so it sounds class. But Irish rugby fans really don't love it, and Irish non-rugby fans really don't love it. But can you imagine how much the nation would collectively despise it if it was written by Bono? It would be hated, truly. Anyway, in the sport of squash, the coloured dot balls indicate the squashiness, bounciness. We accepted quite a wide range of potential answers for this, but bounciness, squashiness, elasticity, all softness, hardness, all of those sorts of things were accepted. In today's news, what company is buying video game studio Activision Blizzard? It has been announced that Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard. I think as soon as you guys heard 70 billion, you were like, well, it's either Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, or Facebook. And they were all the sorts of answers we got. It's Microsoft who have got it. In the 2012 Olympics, it was a wrestling match that lasted nearly 12 hours. And it was a semi-final ish in a sort of a weird format, and the guy who won the match was so shattered that he just obviously couldn't compete in the final, so the guy who won the final just sort of won gold by default, which was nice. Rafa Benitez won the Champions League with Liverpool in 2005, managed Chelsea on an interim basis, then managed Newcastle for a little while before Everton, who he got fired from last weekend. The sports documentary about Russian state-sponsored doping that shares its name with a Greek mythological figure is Icarus. If you haven't seen Icarus, it's well worth watching. The premise of the documentary Icarus was that a talented amateur cyclist, an elite amateur if you like, so not a professional, in the US was trying to prove how effective performance-enhancing drugs were. So he did one season where he trained as hard as he could as a control, and then over the off-season he sourced performance-enhancing drugs from a Russian doctor, and then he attempted to beat his record that season the next season. He actually didn't. It was bizarre. But while sourcing the drugs, he built a relationship with his doctor, who then decided he was going to be a whistleblower and flee Russia, and he turned out to lead the Russian state-sponsored doping program, which is a bizarre twist for a documentary that was pretty good already. The giant slalom involves skiing between poles. They are known as gates. Well done if you got that. In Angry Birds, the birds are angry at pigs. I can't remember exactly why, but they are. So that gets us on to round 4. I'm with the band, which is a picture round. Phil Coulter, born in Derry, the town I love so well. Yeah, absolutely. So in this round, we're going to show you pictures of bands. We're going to ask you to name the band. Nice and easy. I'm just going to change the format to our picture round format. Picture will be there, in fact. There. What's going on? Anyway, the absolute best of luck. Oh, wait a second. Scoreboard before we go any further. This is important so that you guys can see if you may have got the answer to our pixelated Dumb and Dumber. 1 Mobster and Uncivil Servants. You guys all knocked out perfect scores in that round. 9 points. Well done to you. You know for sure that you have the pixelated question. Glenn with an 8. Lions T with an 8. French 15s with an 8. If you know you got one wrong, you know you got the thing right. Team Kalala with 8. Well done to you guys. They're all big scores. And then a couple of 7s. You're a Quizzard. Cat and Jer. Well done to you guys. And Quentin Quarantino. So a couple of teams doing pretty well in that round. Most people having their best round of the quiz, or certainly their best round since round 1. So with that, let's move on. Team Catalyst should be able to see your answer sheets, and let's go. What band are this? I very often forget to show the scoreboard after the break, to be fair. In fact, I'd say 2/3 of the time I forget to do it. But it's more important when I'm not telling you, I guess, if you've got the pixelated. So name the band. Question 2. You're a Quizzard, Harry. The opposite to 1 Mobster. You have an exceptional record on pixelated. I think you've got every pixelated by round 2. So, question 3. Which band is this? We're spanning a couple of different genres, and we're spanning a couple of different time periods here. So hopefully there's somebody for everyone in the audience. Question 4. If you can only name 1 band from this genre of music, it's probably this one. Question 5. And question 6. Question 7. And finally, question 8. And these guys aren't a pixelated band. This is our movie Still, which some of you are still trying to get. I think this is the round where I'd say, yeah, it looks like what it is at this stage. Up until now, it hasn't really looked like what it was. And that is that. So I'm going to give you guys a recap slide. I'm going to make it full screen. And it's just gone 9:01. I'm going to give you until 9:03 and a little bit to get your answers in. Good luck. All right, let's collect those answer sheets right now and go over the correct answer, shall we? Is the pixelated round a film or a TV series? It is a film. Okay. I actually thought the Tadmeisters had got it, which I shouldn't say if you have. No, confirm you haven't. It's a film. All right, let's flick through the answers to our On With The Band round. This is the wonderful Motley Crue. Looking very, very well. These guys are, for some reason, disliked, but I'm a fan. Canada's great Nickelback. These guys have the record for the second longest charting song in UK chart history with Chasing Cars. That is Snow Patrol from Scotland, Northern Ireland. These guys apparently worth more to the South Korean economy than Samsung last year. That's unbelievable. That is BTS, the largest musical group on the planet now, and it's not even close. BTS. K-pop. Korean popular music. And Earth, Wind and Fire. Loads of records, years and years and years of entertainment. Legends. Bananarama have some records as well. They have the most chart entries, or certainly did for a long time, of an all-woman group. This is one family from Ireland, mother and 2 kids. That is Crystal Swing, playing American country music. And finally, famous for party rock anthem, it is LMFAO. Well done if you got that. I wanted to put a picture of 2 random white dudes there and see how many people thought it was the Chainsmokers, but I thought it'd be a bit unfair. I guess it's on around 5 famous families. I'm going to switch back to the other format. And in this round, we're going to give you the names of first names of a couple of people involved in famous families. We're going to ask you to name the family. Give us the second name of the family. Before we do that, let's have a quick look at the scoreboard. So Kevin is now a clear leader all on his own. One mobster on 33 points. Dumb and Dumber on 32, and then a bit of a gap emerging between the top 2 and the chasing pack, with Lions T on 28, the French 15s on 27, Team Glen on 26, your Quizzard on 25, on Civil Servants, Fake Fazadraz and Quinta Carantino all tied on 24, and Amazing Team Total Landscaping running out the top 10 on 23. People who were really good at that round, it was really one mobster in the French 15s. They were the only teams. Oh, Lions T, perfect score. They got a 9. Well done to you guys. And glancing down the table, well done to Matt and Eve with their best round of the quiz so far. With their best round of the quiz so far, Rosie's in Sweden had their best round of the quiz. Briarskag matched their best round of the quiz. Gene without Finn, you're on this nice trajectory, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you've left just enough rounds to get an 8 and 9 in. So climbing the scoreboard. And Amazing Team Total Landscaping, also your best round of the quiz so far. So a few teams who are beginning to get into a bit of momentum. Let's go on around 5 famous families. Team captains should be able to see your answer sheets. Let's do it. Question 1. Kelly and Jack were introduced to the world as the children of this musician in an MTV reality show in 2002. Darn. Do the slides still say that it's a TV show? That is, to be fair, that's probably on me. First slide says it's a TV show. Oh, I did actually change that. It said TV show, and then I said, no, it's not a TV show, and then I edited it. But I'll put my hand up. Sorry, Thomas and Tad Meisters. Kelly and Jack were introduced to the world as the children of this musician in an MTV reality show in 2002. And I probably should have caught that you were guessing TV shows and flagged it. So that could also be on me. Question 2. How many Bronte sisters were there? Famous novelists. Trivia Rodrigo, which is, by the way, a cracking name. Your answers went into round 5, so you probably don't have an answer sheet right now. So I've just given you one, and I'll give you answers for round 4 now. Trivia Rodrigo. How many Bronte sisters were there? Bob, Helen, Violet, and Dash are better known as what? Bob, Helen, Violet, and Dash are better known as what? Question 4. What famous car company, what famous company was founded in 1923 by 4 brothers? Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack. Famous company. I can say with 99% confidence you've heard of this company. What famous company was founded in 1923 by 4 brothers, Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack? Question 5. Bran and Rickon were the youngest children of the main family in what popular franchise? We're looking for the name of the franchise, not the name of the family. I'm probably not going to not give you the points for putting down the name of the family, to be fair, but we're looking for the name of the franchise. Bran and Rickon were the youngest children of the main family in what popular franchise? Question 6. Tom Hanks' son has had acting roles in Dexter, Fargo, and Band of Brothers. What is his first name? Tom Hanks' son has had acting roles in Dexter, Fargo, and Band of Brothers. What is his first name? That wouldn't be the same Band of Brothers that is produced by Tom Hanks' production company, would it? Question 7. Chico, Harpo, Gladcho, Gummo, and Zeppo were collectively known as the Blank Brothers. Chico, Harpo, Groucho, Gummo, and Zeppo were collectively known as the Blank Brothers. And finally, question 8. Which television show mainly follows the antics of the Bluth family? Which television show mainly follows the antics of the Bluth family? And our pixelated is getting a little less pixelated. News recaps live for the round. Kelly and Jack were introduced to the world as children of this musician in an MTV reality TV show in 2002. We're looking for the name of the musician. How many Bronte sisters were there? Bob, Helen, Violet, and Dash are better known as what? What is the name of the group? What company was founded in 1923 by 4 brothers, Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack? Bran and Rickon were the youngest children of the main family in what popular franchise? We're looking for the name of the franchise. Tom Hanks' son has had acting roles in Dexter, Fargo, and Band of Brothers. What's his first name? Chico, Harpo, Groucho, Gummo, Zeppo were all collectively known as the Blank Brothers. What television show mainly follows the antics of the Bluth family? Regarding question 5 and the name of the franchise, I realize the franchise is known under 2 names. I'm going to accept either of them, so don't be stressing too much. Everyone has 2 minutes. It's 9:13 and a half. You've until 9:15 and a half to get those answers in. Okay, I need to say this. I'll say it in a minute. Firstly, you're all doing, most of you doing pretty well in this round. I'm going to collect the answer sheets in a couple of seconds. Collecting the answer sheets right now, folks. So if you haven't already hit submit, I need to say this is very important. On the pixelated, it is very clear that you all know what it is a picture of. But some of you are putting down the wrong film still. And I don't even mean you're putting down the wrong sequel in a series. You're putting down a film from explicitly a different series. So there's a few teams that are possibly losing points. So just have a think about that before round 6. There's still another point to be won. Let's go over the answers to the round. Kelly and Jack were introduced to the world as the children of Ozzy Osbourne on the MTV reality show in 2002. Amazing to think, you know, what the Kardashians did with Keeping Up with the Kardashians versus, you know, what was on offer for the Osbournes, and to kind of show some of the kind of strategy and the acumen of the Kardashians to turn what was a pretty excellent opportunity into a $1 billion opportunity. But Ozzy Osbourne, anyway, reality TV show in 2002. Question 2: how many Brontes? There were 3 Brontes. Well, if you got that. Bob, Helen, Violet, and Dash are better known as the Incredibles. They are a DreamWorks animated series, I think. 2 movies, The Incredibles. The famous company founded in 1923 by Harry, Albert, Sam, and Jack. You know them collectively as the Warner Brothers, who of course produced the movie that our Pixelated is based on. All of your answers were Warner Brothers films, regardless of whether they're correct or incorrect. Warner Brothers. Brad and Rickon were the youngest children of the Stark family. The actual name of the franchise is A Song of Fire and Ice, or Song of Ice and Fire. We accepted Game of Thrones as the answer. Both will get answers. Is The Incredibles really Pixar? I'm not sure. Okay, cool. Tom Hanks' son is on acting roles in Dexter, Fargo, Band of Brothers. His name is Colin. I don't know if you got that. Chico, Harpo, Groucho, Gummo, and Zeppo were collectively known as the Marx Brothers. They were comedians. Their brother Carl just wasn't that funny, so he didn't make the cut. The television show that mainly follows the antics of the Bluth family is Arrested Development. How much could a banana possibly, or is a banana, Michael, how much could it possibly cost? $10, that sort of thing. And that gets us on to round 6. So, scoreboard time. The other thing I'd say is do continue to put the correct answer even if you've already got it. We're not keeping track of who has it. So, firstly, we can have a couple of perfect scores. One Mobster, Alliance T, Yoda Quizzard, Uncivil Servants, Fake Frazzle Dazzle. You guys all got perfect scores. Tima Turner, perfect score, first perfect score of the quiz. Briar Skag, first perfect score on, by far and away the best round of the quiz. Tad Meisters, great score. Trivia Rodrigo, Great score. Roberta's Glasgow team, best round of the quiz by a mile. Well done to all of you guys for putting together some strong rounds. At the top of the table, there's 2 points between One Webster and Dumb and Dumber, but I'm going to recheck something there. And then there's 3 points back to Lions Teeth, who are in third. They're 2 points out of the French 15s. And then it's tight the whole way through the top 10. So loads and loads to play for as we go into Alphabet Soup. As we go in Alphabet Soup, round 6. So, with that, team captains should be able to see your answer sheets. General knowledge with a little alphabetical hint. Let's go. N blank was Marilyn Monroe's first name. You may know it from a song. N blank was Marilyn Monroe's real first name. Question 2. The J blank is the modern scientific unit of work and energy. There's always money in the banana stand. The J blank is a modern scientific unit of work and energy. Question 3. Name the E animated Disney movie that has recently become the highest grossing animated film of 2021. Name the E animated Disney movie that has recently become the highest grossing animated film of 2021. Question 4. T blank I blank was the company that introduced the first handheld calculator, 1967. Doctor. I think my favorite supporting character in Arrested Development is Gene Parmesan. The PI or whatever it is that he is. T blank I blank was the company that introduced the first handheld calculator in 1967, but I also appreciate the lawyer. Worst damn attorneys. Question 5. Whose Twitter handle is actually NPH? At actually NPH. Question 6. In what would become the first identifiable musical ringtone on a mobile phone, the iconic Nokia ringtone uses an excerpt from the 1902 composition G blank V blank. A lot of Arrested Development fans in the chat. If you've never watched it, just don't watch season 4. It's that simple. Watch seasons 1, 2, and 3 and then never watch anymore. You know what will become the first identifiable musical ringtone on a mobile phone? The iconic Nokia ringtone uses an excerpt from the 1902 composition G blank V blank. Question 7. Julia G blank is the first and only female Prime Minister in Australian history. We're big fans of Julia G here in Tablefish. It's not the first time we've asked about her. Blah, blah, blah. I forgot his name was blah blah blah. You might have lost me for a second. I got a notification that I lost you. But we're back. Julia G. Blank is the first and only female Prime Minister in Australian history. And on we go. Question 8. This tea was the fictional name of the plantation in Gone with the Wind. Highest grossing inflation-adjusted film of all time. Lucille? Lucille? This tea blank was the fictional name of the plantation in Gone with the Wind. And so we get on to our completely depixelated image. I'm just going to say it to make this easy. That is a character whose name is the name of a movie, but that is not this movie. That is a different movie. So if you have been given an eponymous answer, to use that word, stop using the eponymous. He's not in the eponymous film. And that is your pixelated. Here's your final recap slide of the night. N blank was Marilyn Monroe's real first name. The J is the modern scientific unit of work and energy. Name the E Disney movie that has become the highest grossing animated film in 2021. T blank I blank was the company that introduced the first handheld calculator in 1967. Whose Twitter handle is actually MPH? What would become the first identifiable ringtone on a mobile phone? The iconic Nokia ringtone used an excerpt from the 1902 composition G blank V blank. Julia G is the first and only female Prime Minister in Australian history. This T blank was the fictional name of the plantation Gone with the Wind. Team captains, you have 2 minutes as always. It's 9:26 and a half. You've until 9:28 and a half to get those answers in. Then we're going to play a bit of table foggle, go over the correct answers, reveal the winners, and leave you all to enjoy your Tuesday evening and the rest of your week. So do get those answers in. Dumb and Dumber, I'm flicking back over your answers, right? Because you got the Dark Knight. You got the name of our pixelated round ages ago, but you haven't been putting it on your answer sheets since you first got it right. So I'll just make sure that you're getting all the points you deserved because you're right in the running for this. Was the original? I thought like Good Soup is that from Earls or is that from Arrested Development? Is it for both? About 25 seconds, team cams. Alright, collecting the answer sheet. So if you haven't already hit submit, please do hit it. And let's flick over to our word game. So we're going to play a bit of table foggle. We use this as our unofficial tiebreaker. And just another way to play something else. So if you've had a pretty miserable quiz, play Foggle and see if you do better than that. Regular Wordle players will be all over this. What we're going to do is we're going to show you a grid of letters, 16 letters, 4x4 grid. We're going to ask you to make words. Make as many words as you can, from 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters upwards. You get 1 point for a 3-letter, 2 points for 4-letter, 3 points for 5-letter, the whole way up to 14 points for a 16-letter word, if it is possible. So with that, I'm going to display it in just a second. Tap it on your keyboard, do your absolute best. You'll have 2 minutes in total. We're going to start at 9:29 and 45 seconds, and we'll go until 9:31 and 45 seconds. Go. I'm going to play along too. I realized I had said that and given an unintentional hint, Kev, at the time, and I was like, I hope no one noticed that. I'm glad you did. I don't think you ever need help with our quiz, but if there was anyone who needed a bit of help with Pixelated, it was yourself. So I hope you don't mind me saying. I think this could be quite a high scoring table foggle. Teams, you got 35 seconds. Like, even I'm doing all right, and I'm not good at this. Five seconds, team counts. And done. Let's go with the answers to the round. Goodbye, Norma Jean. It was Norma Jean Mortensen. Marilyn Monroe. Well done if you got that. Candle in the Wind. That's the lyrics. The joule is the modern scientific unit of work and energy. I think it's something to do with the amount of energy it takes to lift 1 kilogram, 1 centimeter, or something similar like that. Maybe that's a calorie, who knows. Name the E animated Disney movie that's recently become the highest grossing animated film in 2021. It's Encanto. I don't know if you got that. Texas Instruments was the company that first introduced the handheld calculator in 1967. Actually, NPH is Neil Patrick Harris, star of How I Met Your Mother and many other things at this stage. Doing well in his post How I Met Your Mother career. The ringtone, the Nokia ringtone, comes from the composition Grand Vals. I didn't know that, so well done if you got that. Julia Gillard is the first and only female Prime Minister in Australian history. The fictional plantation in Gone with the Wind was called Tara, like the hill in Meath. Well done to everybody who played the quiz this evening. It was a tough enough early start to the quiz, but you all picked it up quite a lot in the second half. Particularly well done to Dumb and Dumber and One Mobster, who shared the win today, both on 50 points. Dumb and Dumber obviously benefiting from a little bit of a count back there. But fair play to them, absolutely fully deserved from both of them. 50 points is an absolutely huge score. Lions T on 45. In third, Euro Quiz at Team Glen and the French 15s. All the best of the rest tied together on 43. Uncivil Servants, Fake Frazzle Dazzle tied for 7th. Quiz Argentino in 10th. An amazing team total landscape of Brown at the top 10. Well done to everyone who kept it lit right the way to the very end and got their best scores in the final round. Like Zen Dragons, Roberta's Glasgow team, Le Lockdown FA, the Bunnies got their first perfect score in the final round. Well done to you guys. Quarantine and Turner had the best round in the final round, and well done to people who got big table foggle scores, and there were some really big table foggle scores. Lions T 94 points, Quarantine and Turner 85 points. They're absolutely huge. You're the people who are getting world these days in 2 rounds. So that's all from us here at Table Fish. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you so much for playing. We'll be back next Tuesday at 8. Take a look at the Tablefish shorts, and if you have any feedback, please do leave it to us. I'll put the contribution details up on the stream at the end. But in the meantime, from myself, from Katie, from Aidan, from Richie, from Rick, it's been an absolute pleasure. Great to hang out with you. Talk to you all again soon. Good evening and good night.